Fire Emblem, engage! Fire Emblem, engage!
All right, let's see here. There we go. There we go. Okay. Da 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 da. Okay, we already saw that.
Fire Emblem, engage.
Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Rodrigo. This, as always, is Smokey, the smoke detector, my sidekick. And we're going to play some Fire Emblem today. And we are going to start a new run of Fire Emblem. And I was thinking it would be fun to do a run where, like, a no Royals run, because Fire Emblem games, and specifically this Fire Emblem game, has a lot of the best units in the game are like princess and princesses. Like there's like 4 nations, and each nation has 2 princess that basically, and yes, I did just say 2 princess. So just go ahead now. Each nation has like 2 little royal brats, and those are some of the best units in the game. They just have really good abilities. I think all of the crown princes have like their own class and their own advanced class that is like just super good. So it'll be a little bit more of a challenge. But I'm gonna play it in like normal difficulty because I'm not looking to make this too difficult on myself. So let's pick a form. We'll make it a lady. And we'll name her... Oops. Okay. We'll name her Pilar. Pilar the Dragon. Yes. When's her birthday? What day is today? February 8th. New and intermediate players. I'm definitely an intermediate player. Also, we're doing this for the lulz, so... let's go with classic, though. The permadeath aspect is a good sort of like bit of pressure. Is she a Pilar of the community? Yes. I mean, she will be. Stat boost, random is fine. And let's play connected, because then you get more junk. Yeah, let's turn them on. Yeah, let's go. Can you guys hear the audio okay? For the game?
Almost time.
We can handle this.
Keep them back!
We won't lose! Not today!
I'm not sure what's happening. I've already played through the game and I'm still not sure what's happening in this scene.
Keep going. You can do this. Our final battle lies ahead.
Anime fighting powers. Yeah.
Now, it's time to engage.
Get it? With rings. Engage.
Let's go. One last battle and the war will be over. The others fought hard to clear a path for us. We can't let them down.
You're here, at your end. This place will be your tomb.
Oh my god, this guy's name is also 3 question marks. What are the odds? Okay.
Move in. I'll remain by your side.
How do you move in Fire Emblem? You select your guy and then you move him up.
I'll do my best.
Let's go. When there's nothing else to do, you wait.
You have no hope of defeating me, not even with your emblem.
Yeah, enemy phase.
He's within reach now. We can strike.
Let's come over here. You won't expect it from this side.
To die here was ever your destiny. The rings are mine.
Bill. Guys, we're already losing the tutorial.
It's time. Engage.
The meter is full. Select engage. You are merged with the emblem and get special weapons and skills and for 3 turns.
The time has come.
Now, as one. Emblem, engage!
Ooh, so shiny. Don't worry, you don't see this animation every time the engage mechanic comes up.
Powerful attack. Together.
Powerful engage attacks, blah blah blah. Okay. Lodestar Rush. Don't think it matters. But let's hit him with the Falchion. Oh, well, yeah, the Falchion is
My prayers are with you.
good against dragons, that's why.
You have nothing to celebrate.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Yoder. Yep. I figure, I like, a lot of people don't like the protagonist's hair. I actually really like it. And that's why I'm like, even, like, that's why I'm drawn to the female protagonist, because it's like the male protagonist is like his hair is under control. Yeah, it's blue and red and that's weird, but the female protagonist, like, her hair is huge, just gigantic. There's just so much of it. And I'm like, if you're gonna make a bold design decision, like have your character have half red hair and half blue hair, this is the way to do it.
You are weakness itself. You will never defeat me.
Pilar and triple question mark? Who could that be? Yeah, the blue fight starter.
Thanks to you, this world is saved, and my work here is complete. Know that I will always be with you, and that we will stand together again, as we did this day. If ever we cross paths again, I hope you will remember me. Indeed, that you will remember all of us who took up arms to fight by your side, the 12 Emblems.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this was supposed to be a dream. It's not a memory, because characters we haven't met yet are in this dream.
Where am I?
Whoa, tell me you're seeing this.
Yoda, you gotta go to work? Bye, thanks for stopping by.
Hello there. And you are?
You're awake!
Huh?
You're really awake, yeah?
You're the Divine Dragon!
No way!
No way! The Divine Dragon is finally awake!
Hey, hold on!
Those kids are weird. The cutscenes do not remain at this quality. They eventually become sort of in-game blocked cutscenes,
Calm down,
like this
you
one.
two. What's all of this ruckus about? Divine Dragon.
You notice how they don't say the name? Like everything they ever say, you can omit the name from, but you're supposed to... Maybe the audience is supposed to shout it. Divine Dragon, Pilar!
It's a miracle. An utter miracle. The Divine One awake at long last. That I might live to see you standing before me. What an honor.
Not to be rude, but who are you?
Ah, apologies. I lost myself for a moment there.
I'm everybody's handsome dad. Or grandpa, maybe. Hey, Malone. We're playing Fire Emblem. Starting from the beginning.
My name is Vander. I am the 32nd Steward of the Dragon.
Hello, Sir Vander.
Oh, my Divine One. There is no need to address me as such. Simply Vander will do.
See? I told you the Divine Dragon was awake!
Yeah, we were telling the truth.
These guys are named Fram and Clan.
You two. I don't believe I got your names.
Oh, sorry. We were so excited we forgot to introduce ourselves. We're the 33rd Stewards of the Dragon. My name's Clan. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Fram. We're twins. We've been waiting forever for you to wake up.
I always get them confused because they're like Clan and Fram, so I'm just gonna call them both Flam from here on out, just to make things easier.
As stewards of the dragon, our mission is to protect and provide for you. Generation after generation of our predecessors waited for you to rise from your slumber. I'll admit, I am astonished to see it has finally happened.
Oh, you know what? I bet my captions weren't up and running, but they're fine now. Okay. Sorry about that.
You see, 1,000 years have passed since the first steward took their post.
1,000 years? That's how long I've been asleep?
Indeed. Your mother, Lumera, the Divine Dragon Monarch, has long awaited this day. Finally, you, a Divine Dragon yourself, have awakened. This surely signifies great things.
Oh, slow down. This monarch you mentioned, she's my mother? And I'm a divine dragon, you called it?
Oh, dear. Is your memory hazy, Divine One?
Amnesiac protagonist, right? Classic.
I know my name, but that's about it.
But no one will ever say it out loud.
You can't remember anything else?
Maybe you're just feeling groggy because of all that sleep.
But I don't even know who I am.
Fret not. Such lapses in memory are to be expected after sleeping for so long. If I may, you are a divine dragon, a member of a royal family of dragons revered as deities.
Skippy says, no royals. We doing a prole only run? No, unfortunately not. I actually wanted to, instead of like no royals, do like all commoners. But early on in the game, you get a lot of nobles. So it's like doing this game without nobles would be possibly impossible, because yeah, it would just be like Clan Fram and Vander for a while. Like you don't start getting your plebes until much later. So you know, and that's saying because like the every prince and princess has like 2 attendants. So some of those guys are noble, some of them are common born. But yeah, I wanted to do all commoners, but then when I looked at basically all the units you get in the early game, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to beat stuff with like 3 units for a long time. So instead of all commoners, we're doing no royals. So none of the princes and princesses, we're not gonna field any of them, which should increase the difficulty a little bit because they're very good, right? They all have like very good classes and good stat growths and stuff. So we'll do it this way. Yeah, guillotine run. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Queen Lumera, the Divine Dragon Monarch, rules over the holy land of Lethos. In the war 1,000 years ago, she defeated and imprisoned the wicked Fell Dragon.
Also, I recognize that technically the Divine Dragon is the ruler of Lethos, but I see the Divine Dragon much more... first off, you can't not field the main character, right? Like, in most maps, they don't give you an option. You have to field the main character. So that's one. 2, I see her more as the Pope, right? Is like, technically, you know, the Vatican is run by the Pope, technically, but not really, right? The Pope is a religious figure, the Divine Dragon's a religious figure.
You, Divine One, are her only child.
Skippy says they were probably a pro before they got the job. Yeah, some of the characters, yeah, some of the characters are common born, and they were hired to be in the entourage of the royals. So yeah, some of them were noble, some of them were like aristocrats, but yeah, a lot of them were, as you say, proles. The Pope is also a constitutional king, I think, at least for Vatican City. Yeah, so we're gonna look at the Divine Dragon as a religious figure rather than, you know, rather than saying we can't do this run at all.
The war, the Fell Dragon. Oh, I feel like I can almost remember, but...
Please, do not trouble yourself trying to bring it all back at once.
Don't try to think.
Your memories will return in time. You are a being of immense power, a deity, no less. I have heard many a tale of your kindness, nobility, and bravery. Your unflinching heroism.
Vander is setting the bar really high for us.
That's a lot to live up to.
For now, let us head to Lethos Castle. Queen Lumera will be thrilled to see you. Perhaps the reunion will help stir your memories.
I hope so.
Okay, Armor Grandpa, let's go.
Okay then. Onward and downward.
To Lethos Castle!
Those kids are kind of cute. I like how many units in this game are just children.
All this time, I've been sleeping in the sky?
You have, yes. The place where you slumbered is known as the Somniel. A fortress built upon an airborne island to ensure your safety.
So a lot has been said about the story for this game. One of the things that does annoy me is that there's no special effect or anything for transporting to the Somniel. Like, it's, if you don't know or if you don't understand what they're talking about, like, the Somniel is like this floating island which becomes your base of operations. And basically the Divine Dragon can just take all of her troops and just like teleport them there, which we never see happen. We always just cut to the Somniel or cut back to this. So they just traveled down from the Somniel onto like the normal ground of Lethos. And like the first time I saw this, I didn't understand what had happened, and I thought that there were, because you know, monsters are about to show up, and I thought that there were monsters in the Somniel.
It is perhaps the most secure place in all of Helios. Only a select few can set foot there.
Skippy says heterochromia is freaky. Gotta be some divine BS going on there. Yep. Especially if it matches your hair. St. Joel says unflinching heroism. Noted. Yeah, you'll see my unflinching heroism when I'm controlling the character and I'm hiding behind the back line or the front line. Skippy says, oh, is it a Gundam game? Gundam's just child soldiers and war crimes after all. Yep. It's definitely got that vibe.
Oh, I see. And you three live there with me.
Yep. As stewards, we spend our time caring for you. And managing things around the Somniel.
Just people have been trimming her nails for like 1,000 years.
It's a sacred place, so we work as hard as we can to keep it shipshape.
Royal family members visit us all the time. Well, visit you, really. The Prince and Princess of Firene, a deeply religious country, visit especially often.
They pray next to you, like this. Then they just talk for a while, like they're chatting to a friend.
I see. Thanks for filling me in, Fram. You too, Clan.
Thanks, Flam.
The Divine One said our names! And thanked us!
I think I'm going to faint! Unless I already did. Am I dreaming?
Need I remind you that you are in the presence of the Divine Dragon?
Act like you've been there, Flam.
How many times must I tell you to behave in a manner befitting your station? Divine One, please, forgive this embarrassing breach of decorum.
Skippy says, I would quit if I found out generations of children were poking at me. Yeah, lots of people walking in while you're sleeping.
Breach of decorum? I'm actually enjoying their enthusiasm.
You're just as kind-hearted as I always imagined.
Oh, look! There it is!
Lethos Castle. The Divine Dragon Monarch is there, you said?
Yes. I suppose 1,000 years have passed since you've been home.
Don't worry. We'll be right there with you.
You can hold my hand if you like.
Thank you. How long have I been wearing this ring? Since before I fell asleep?
A ring.
That blue stone. It reminds me of something.
Materia. She's thinking of materia.
What are those horrible things?
Vander, are creatures like that common around here?
They're not. I've never seen them. Nor have I heard of such monsters appearing in Lethos before. This is a land of peace.
Understood. Well,
Shall we fight them? As you wish, Divine One. You whose bravery knows no equal.
no, let's run.
Huh?
We haven't the slightest idea who they are, and we don't know how they came to be here. Also, they worry me for some reason. So, we run.
Well, did the Divine Dragon really command me to retreat?
Smart.
Okay, get to safety.
We'll keep them distracted for you.
What the? Come back! Come back this instant!
Oh no!
Oh no, my book!
This isn't looking good.
Clan, Fram!
Hold on! We shall come to you!
I mean, here's the thing. That is the thing, is like, oh, yeah, unflinching heroism, but it's smart. You know, it's like they weren't engaged in a battle yet. Like, they could have run away. That's not a bad idea. But yeah, then Flam went in and they got themselves caught.
Divine One, stay back. It's too...
Clan
Oops.
and Fram were trying to protect me. I have to help them. I take back what I said. This is no time to run. Please, let me fight.
All right, but stay on your guard.
I will.
What are these creatures doing in Lethos? We had best use the foliage to take cover.
Turn provides various effects in battle. You can hide in the bushes, even if you're riding a horse.
I've got this.
Yeah, I guess I'll fight this one. I do really like the animation in this game. This is a really good looking Fire Emblem. Units have different types, such as Cavalry, Cadet, and Mystical. Each type has different advantages. If you ride a little horsey, you get to move farther. Thank you. So, if you've played Fire Emblem before, you know that a character like Vander...
Divine One, get out of here.
A character like Vander is an absolute staple, right? You always start out with this like really buff cavalier of some kind. So absolutely 100% on track for a Fire Emblem game that like basically the mentor character is like a big badass on a horse. Oh no, Flam.
Fram, are you all right?
Clan, Fram, it's not safe for you here. Retreat to the castle. These enemies are formidable indeed. Divine One, please use a vulnerary if you are wounded.
You can use potions in this game. Okay.
This time, victory was mine.
Anything. For the Divine Dragon.
I gotta protect Fram. You rotten monsters, don't scare me.
Man, ditching the kids to retreat would have been one hell of a story decision. Yeah, that would have been great, right? It's like, oh, we're playing the bad guy. We do love ambushing pharmaceuticals in the video game. Yeah. You gotta protect. Oh yeah. Oh, abusing pharmaceuticals. I get you. I get what you're saying. Can I get there? No. You're gonna have to do all the work, Vander. In the meantime, I'll wait.
More enemies.
They just keep coming. You're all trying to protect me. I should be protecting you. If only I could. Somehow.
Triple question mark? Is that you?
You must remember.
Who said that? The ring.
Know that my strength can be yours.
I know that voice.
If ever we cross paths again, I hope you will remember me. Indeed, that you will remember all of us who took up arms to fight by your side.
The 12 emblems.
Divine One? Divine One! You mustn't do this alone!
Don't worry, please. I'm not alone. Help me. Lend me your strength in this fight. Shine on, Emblem of Beginnings!
Here comes Marth. He's a cool guy. Gonna stab you with a sword.
I am known as Marth. Emblem Marth, to be clear.
That was amazing!
We did it. Thanks for your help, Marth. Truly.
Of course. It is good to see you. I was able to answer your call because you remembered me.
Hey, Hellbinder.
Do my eyes deceive me? Or is that an emblem of legend?
Blue hair, sword. Probably an emblem.
Now! Right!
Oh, hey, Rodimus. We're doing good.
With your help, Marth, we might just make it. Will you join us?
Of course. I will fight alongside you from here forward. Your ally until the very end.
Who would have guessed triple question mark was Marth from Smash Bros? Unit confined with an emblem. They're synced. They got different skills. Cool. Perceive makes it easy to avoid enemy counterattacks. Engage weapon deals bonus damage. Engage skill divine speed adds an additional less powerful attack. The engaged attack low star rush. Blah blah blah. Does damage. Get in there, do some damage. I guess I could just engage.
Lend me your strength.
That'll make this go faster.
cannot afford to lose.
Axe Grandpa. Oh, the engage was pretty cool. Yeah, this game is cool. I like it a lot. I literally just finished it and now I'm playing it again. So
I live to fight again.
I guess maybe I'll try and get some. Oh, no, never mind. Can't make it to it. Axe attack.
This is the mission of the stewards.
MVP Pilar and Marth. Oh, Fire Emblem, you get lots of cool outfits. Not only do they, when they engage, do they get a different outfit, but if you, there are like base classes and advanced classes. So if you promote a unit to an advanced class, basically anytime you move a unit from one class to another, they get a brand new wardrobe. So yeah, there's actually lots of cool costumes in this game, and some of them are very weird, but I like even the weird ones. I'm like, well, this is kind of cool.
Divine One. Vander. Thanks for saving us.
Yeah. And, sorry. This all happened because we ran ahead.
It's okay, Flam.
I'm the one who should apologize. You put yourselves in danger trying to protect me. It's such a relief you're both safe now.
Yeah, the main character is like very. The main character is like very soft-spoken and like very kind. Like they started out it's like very Snow White. It's like they wake up and they're just like super nice.
Divine One, I hear more enemies approaching.
Boogity boogity blah 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 blah.
More? I thought we'd gotten them all.
Get ready to fight us for the whole game. Wahahaha.
Evidently not. These creatures, will there be no end to them?
There won't be.
Huh? There's more? And they've got a dragon?
So there are a few things that sold me on this game. One of them is this cutscene in which the hero actually like emotes, which Byleth in Three Houses never does.
You are awake.
That's right. War never changes.
Is it really you?
Oh, Skippy, I'm sorry you got timed out. The boob outline weirds you out on the protagonist costume. Okay, so I really hated the female protagonist costume from Three Houses, because the male protagonist is just wearing like slacks, but the female protagonist is wearing like little shorts and then fishnets, and I'm like, how does that translate? And I thought that this character that I'm playing now was like not doing that. It's like, oh, okay, well, at least they have her wearing like a full costume and stuff, but it took me a while. It's just because she's so pale that I didn't realize that she is also wearing like booty shorts and then like thigh-high boots. I just thought it was all like one thing. So, yeah, sorry about that, Skippy. But looks like you can still type, so should be okay. Yeah.
Yes, it's me. Thank you for saving us.
I've been meaning to change my like bad word filter because yeah, I mean not being able to say boob or whatever, that's you know, that's not great. But I haven't gotten around to it and I haven't found a better like list of words to use, so I need to do that. Yeah, it's a real design choice, you're right.
What a joy it is to see you.
Huh?
I've waited for so long.
Oh,
I'm okay with this. Like once you get into the game and you see like support conversations, like blocking is a huge issue in this game. Like the models can't do very much. So it's like they wanted this scene and so they were like, let's just draw it. And it's like I'm okay with that. I think I wish they had done this actually more in the game.
When I sensed you had awoken, I flew here as fast as my wings would carry me. I hope you're not hurt.
I'm fine.
What a relief. You cannot understand how I've missed you, my dear child.
Skippy, that's her mom. Hellbinder says, "Yeah, I find it difficult to get past the anime gratuitous sexiness of the female characters. I feel like this one's a lot more under control for two reasons. One, yeah, the boob contour is not great, but at least she's like mostly fully clothed, and also because her hair is so long, you can't see her butt. So there's like no gratuitous shots of her butt because her hair's in the way." Hellbinder says very male gazy. Definitely still that, yeah.
Oh, you're my mother.
What's the matter? Don't tell me.
Since awakening, the Divine One's memory is clouded.
I see.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you weren't expecting this.
No, I must apologize. I was so overcome with joy. I hugged you as hard as I could. I take this to mean you've forgotten everything.
Forgotten everything? Even plot relevant stuff? Okay, alright.
I suppose it's to be expected. 1,000 years is a very long time.
Vander explained that I've been sleeping since some war that happened back then.
Yes. You suffered a terrible wound. And because of that...
Skippy says, Fire Emblem isn't perfect with some of the design choices, but it definitely isn't the worst offender. I agree. It's actually pretty conservative as far as like sexy anime stuff. But it has some like huge strikes. Especially if you played Fire Emblem Fates. You know there's at least one character that is like about to fall out of her dress at all times. Hellbinder says, I have a difficult time finding anime I can watch with my 10-year-old son. Yeah, I think a lot of like kids, like kitty kids anime doesn't make it to the US either. I think it's mostly like teen to adult anime that makes it here.
A wound? Well, I don't remember that. Or this world. Or anything.
Don't fret, young one. I will speak to you of all you've forgotten. Regardless of what you remember, I'm simply glad to have you back, my dear child.
Yeah, we've got lots of time. Don't worry.
Still, this isn't the reunion you hoped for.
Oh, don't worry about me. It's solace enough just to hear that sweet voice of yours, and to gaze once more into your eyes. What lovely colors they are.
So far, it's nowhere near as bad as, say, Seven Deadly Sins, which is super gratuitous and assaulting. Yeah, I had to stop watching Seven Deadly Sins because the character was so freaking grabby. I'm like, no. Which is too bad, because Seven Deadly Sins is like a charming show. I like the character designs, and I like a lot of the, a lot of the visual language of the show. But man, I just could not get over like the boss character, like the little guy, like always trying to feel up the princess. No. After battle, you can explore the map and converse with your allies. Keep an eye out for items on the ground. To finish exploring, you just get out. I don't think there are even any items on the ground. Oh, yep, there's one. It's just being covered by the flowers. Guys, I found some nuts. Okay, let's see what these guys have to say.
Oh, great!
Aw, thank you.
Amazing.
Yep, good job, Flam.
Thank you.
Next chapter.
Castle. Climb on my back.
Your mom is a dragon. Mom is a dragon. Alright, here's a story.
We live on the continent of Elios, 4 realms surrounding a holy land at its center. Firene, kingdom of abundance. Brodia, kingdom of might. Elusia, kingdom of knowledge. Solm, queendom of freedom. The land of Lethos, home of divine dragons. And Gradlon, domain of the fell dragon, fallen to ruin. 1,000 years ago, our lands endured a vicious war with the fell dragon. We called upon heroes from other worlds to aid us, heroes known as Emblems. With them, the warriors of our nations fought as one. In the end, we were victorious in defeating and imprisoning the fell dragon. In the years since, our world has been safe. But now, I sense a resurrection. The binding weakens. If his shadow stretches across the land again, then we must fight him anew, as we did in ages past. Fell Dragon, Sombron, must be stopped.
Fire Emblem Engaje. I don't like Dragon Mouth moving to speak. Yeah, I agree. I feel the same way. Skippy says, I bet the other dragon is your dad.
Here we are. We are safe within these walls.
So this is Lethos Castle. It's beautiful.
Hellbinder says, yeah, the friend who got me started on it told me that the plot/story of Seven Deadly Sins is awesome, and if they remove the handsiness of the boss, the show would be excellent. Yeah, totally. Like, and I don't ever fault anybody for, like, just like I did, just getting out of it because it was, like, weird. I love Gurren Lagann, but there's a lot of stuff that doesn't hold up. Not just the cheesecake, but, like, there's a character who is clearly meant to be gay and who is actually pretty good gay representation because he's like himself a badass and like a very like basically a mechanical genius, but he's like always kind of like perving on a little boy, and I'm like, if you see that and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna watch this, like, I get it totally. Definitely don't. Evercaptor says, "Yo, Rodrigo, just giving you a heads up on the direct in 20 minutes. I know. I wanted to do my stream about Fire Emblem, but the direct's coming out. So maybe we'll switch to the direct for that. That's allowed, right? People watch the direct and, like, react to it. But also, isn't the direct, like, 6 hours? Okay. I've pulled up YouTube, so maybe we can watch some of the direct. Yep. We'll do it right at 2. Skippy says content is the bane of content. I mean, like, do you guys want to watch the direct? Cause I was like, personally, I was just planning on watching it later. You know, there's like 7 people right now in the chat. Like, do you guys, like, do the 7 of you care about the direct? If you do, we might do a thing where I just keep playing and you can go watch it, and you know, you can watch the stream later or whatever. Yeah, I don't want to do a live react on the direct. So, if you guys want to do it, go watch it. Absolutely no shame. Like, it's fine. But I was just gonna watch it all later. Hellbinder says, I'm crafting an encounter for tonight's 5e game. Last session was combat heavy, so tonight I'm feeling skill challenge, Lord Kensington styles. Yeah, that's good. Skippy says, I'd be down for some Rodrigo takes. I'm also down for Engage. Saint JW doesn't care about it. I'd rather watch Engage. This is the only way I'm ever going to consume these games. Okay, well, there you go. We'll stick with Engage. Evercaptor, again, no shame if you want to go watch the direct.
I'm glad you think so.
You can always watch the VOD later.
Though you may not remember this place, I've long waited to welcome you back here.
Hellbinder says, I'll be honest, I don't know what the direct is. So we're talking about the Nintendo Direct, which is how Nintendo has advertised its games and some third-party games for the past few years, and basically it's like a big burst of information. Lots of trailers, lots of announcements, and you know, people like Nintendo people live for the directs. And I like the directs a lot too, but I almost never watch them live because they happen to be at an hour where it's like not convenient for me to watch it. So usually what ends up happening is I like a friend of mine, like I'll look at my phone or my tablet or whatever, and there'll just be a stack of messages of like people being like, did you see this? Did you see this? Did you see this? So then I'll sit down and watch the direct, looking for the stuff that people have been asking me about. Skippy says, I like watching the direct VOD so I can just skip past all the trailers I don't care about. Yeah. The only good part of the directs are that sometimes they drop a game in the middle of the direct. Yeah, so, like they'll be like, hey, here's an announcement for a game. The game's available right now. Or DLC, like the first announcement for a DLC will be in the direct and it'll be available like during the direct. Hellbinder says, I see, I've been playing a lot of Switch lately. By all means, if you want to go see it, like I'm not telling you guys not to.
Welcome home.
Pilar!
I'm home?
Yes, you are. I feel overwhelmed with joy. I may cry.
So during my first playthrough, I also played the girl. Maybe I should have played the guy, because I don't know if the guy also goes like this.
Queen Lumera.
Vander. Clan. Frem. Thank you for all you've done. You are worthy stewards indeed. You and your predecessors, watching over my child all these years. I am ever so grateful.
You are too kind.
Yeah, it's awful nice of you to say that. I'm starting to feel woozy.
Oh yeah, go us! We just got praised by Queen Lumera herself!
Act like you've been there.
The happiness of this moment aside, I am troubled to see the corrupted here in Lethos.
The corrupted?
Those enemies you were fighting out on the grasslands.
Oh, I didn't like those things one bit. Just the sight of them made my blood run cold.
Understandably so. The corrupted are corpses revived by an evil power. The Fell Dragon used them as his soldiers in the war.
And you will be fighting them for this entire game. We're gonna conquer we're gonna conquer the world with minimal nobility. Yeah, let's do it. I'll be here as long as you stream, then I have my session about 2 hours. Okay, yeah, good times. I learned during Final Fantasy 13 that I can't do JRPGs anymore. The filler noises instead of dialogue really bug me. Oh, you mean when they're like, Yeah, it's weird. I wonder if Japanese people actually talk that way. Or if it's like, because, you know, when people like perform, the performance is like slightly different from like actual casual speech, right? So, I don't know.
Before the start of that bitter conflict, Elios had known peace for eons. But then, a dark presence emerged. Sombron. Despite tireless searching, we could not determine where he'd come from.
I'd forgotten about this line. This is relevant.
But seeing the destruction he wrought, there was no doubt of his evil intentions. Now the corrupted are spreading once more. This may be a sign of his return.
No.
I wonder if it is mere coincidence that you awakened as all this unfolds. If the Fell Dragon has been released, then we must prepare for battle.
I can't imagine fighting someone like that.
He sounds scary.
Worry not. I doubt he will attack anytime soon. This castle is filled with the spirits of divine dragons. The corrupted cannot enter it easily. Let us devise a plan now, while we have the opportunity. Emblem Marth.
It's been quite some time, Lumera.
That it has. Thank you for lending your aid against the corrupted.
You're welcome. But of course, I could help only because your child remembered me. You know, it is possible the others are awake now, just as I am.
Oh, there's gonna be more Smash Brothers characters in this?
Perhaps you are right.
Sorry, but what do you mean? Who's awake?
There is something I should show you. Follow me.
What is this place?
Man, imagine hating your ex that much. Luigi? Yeah. Waluigi. Well, Waluigi is not in Smash. If Waluigi wasn't in Smash but was in this game, that would be a statement. Ice Climbers? Yeah. The Ice Climbers emblem.
This is the ring vault.
There is one emblem that's two people.
Are enshrined.
There's one emblem that's two people, so sure, why not? Ice Climbers would make a good emblem. Actually, I was thinking, like, the way that this game does the emblems, like, you could really just do this for Final Fantasy and have the emblems be, like, your usual, like, Esper / Guardian Forces / summons that just, like, hang out with you. That'd be something.
Those of the Holy Knight, of the Sage Lord, and of the Azure Twins rest here, as well as the ring of the Princess Exalt, and finally, the ring of the Instructor. Each dwells within an emblem ring, as Marth resides in the ring of the Hero King.
Phenomenal cosmic power, itty-bitty living space.
So, counting Marth, there are 6 emblem rings. Wow.
In fact, there are 12. 6 here, and 6 entrusted to the other countries. As a precautionary measure.
What do you mean?
The emblems grant world-altering power to whoever has all 12 rings. For generations, the divine dragons used this power to ensure peace and prosperity in Elios. Indeed, that was how we locked away the Fell Dragon.
My favorite Fire Emblem character, Ripley from Metroid. Samus from Metroid. I mean, she is I think she is based on Ripley from. Oh, no. I know Ripley. Okay. God, I feel so dumb now. Yeah, Ripley, the pterodactyl. I was like, Ripley? So I was thinking of Sigourney Weaver in Aliens. But I'm pretty sure that's why Ripley is called Ripley. That would be a neat idea. Make JRPGs summons like Pikachu-style pets. Yeah. Emblem Kirby, Gobbler of Evil. Meet my planet-eating dragon, Bahamut. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, people are like, oh, this is just like JoJo or whatever, but yeah, honestly, it's very. If you've ever played, I want to say Final Fantasy VIII with like equipping Guardian forces and learning skills off of them, like this is kind of like that. It's more similar to that, but of course everybody loves JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so that comparison comes up a lot.
But many have sought to steal the rings and use them for their own nefarious purposes.
Which is why they're scattered all over the continent, not just stored here.
Precisely. The rings offer their power but once every 1,000 years, at which time the divine dragon travels across Helios to collect them from each nation's ruler. With 1,000 years having passed since last time, I was planning to carry out this ritual soon. But if the fell dragon is after the rings, the emblems may be summoned before I arrive.
Summoned?
It is how one calls for an emblem from a ring, just as you did earlier with Marth. Only those with royal dragon blood are capable of summoning. That includes you, my child.
Oh, you must be talking about the phrase that popped into my head.
An invocation, you mean? What was it?
Shine on, emblem of beginnings. I wasn't even thinking about it. The words just fell from my mouth.
That was how you summoned Marth.
This is relevant. Like, all of this is like weirdly plot relevant, but you get hit with it at the beginning, and it's like there's just like so much stuff to keep track of. Yeah, she's sad.
What was your focus? Your intention when you spoke those words?
I wanted to help Clan and Fram. I didn't want to lose them. I wanted to protect them.
Your focus was on helping others. Remember that intention whenever you summon emblems, not to keep the power for yourself. Understand? To borrow so you may protect others.
I understand.
Now, why don't we try a practice battle? You must be a little rusty after all these years.
Yeah, I dropped all the way back to level 1.
How about we train here? You will be the one fighting. The emblem lends you their strength. You need to train your body and mind to unleash an emblem's full power. Vander, Clan, Frem, you will be aiding my child in this battle. Against me.
Queen Lumera, even in a practice battle, I could not turn my weapon on you.
Oh, Vander, please do put your heart into it. I know I will.
Those 3 names sound like a sneeze, yeah.
The corrupted!
No, dear. Not at all. How could you think so? I made these opponents from plants and rocks.
It's pretty good for plants and rocks.
Nevertheless, their abilities are the same. Drop your guard and you could be hurt.
Not at all, dear. I made these out of basic assets that came with Unreal Engine.
They're really unsettling. Can we train with something else? They give me the chills.
Listen, you must push through your fear and face whatever opponent stands against you.
Yeah. Like, people just constantly bashing the writing. And, like, the writing is melodramatic, but, like, it's fine. Like, all of this stuff, like, Alir, the main character, being like kind of disgusted by the corrupted is foreshadowing, like her being like, how did you summon him? And she's like, well, I did this thing, I used an invocation. And the mom being like, oh no, like that's foreshadowing. Is like, I don't know, that seems like good writing to me. Yeah, the queen, like her little like metal thing that goes around her, that's just free floating, it's not attached to anything.
Never run away. You are my child, the protector of all. The divine dragon.
Pilar!
I understand.
Isn't this game for middle grade kids and early teens in Japan? I don't know. I don't know who plays this game in Japan, but here in the US, a lot of people got into it with Three Houses, but it used to be that, yeah, Fire Emblem players were just like old people who like had managed to like track down the game before. It really broke into prominence with Three Houses. Malone says, oh, speaking of weird ideas, I read the whole Rob Liefeld New Mutants run. My current take on it is that it may not be great comics by critic standards, but oh boy, if it's not fun. Decades in between kind of has turned it weirdly refreshing, outright amateurish at times, but the energy and enthusiasm comes through so strong, and it's rare. It's a rare thing to know when everything is so calculated. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. I get that. Hellbinder says, Magic-y Giga Halo. I don't know that I get that. Oh, you mean the thing that's on her back, yeah.
Don't worry, Divine One. We'll back you up every step of the way.
Thanks, Clam.
Yeah. Oh, what Fram said.
Thanks, Fromp.
As loath as I am to battle against Queen Lumera, orders are orders. I pledge to bring us victory.
Alright.
Thank you, everyone.
Just take it easy. It's just scrimmage.
Now, let's begin.
Uh-oh, an
Be
archer.
cautious, Divine One. Some of these enemies are carrying long-range weapons. Therefore, they can rain arrows upon us from afar.
So yeah, this is the very beginning of the game. It's a tutorial. You can't really skip this because also like the story is intertwined with it. So, yep, bows hit farther away. Can't make it to. I can make it with Vander.
See this enemy with the axe. Axe wielders are at a disadvantage against swords. Swords are strong against axes. Axes against lances. And then lances against swords. If you outmatch your foe, you can break their fighting stance for an advantage in combat.
Okay, I know we're moving at a crawl, but I need to get this off my chest real quick. So, you guys know honest trailers. There's like honest movie trailers, but there's also like honest game trailers. I don't think they're done by the same people, but they are voiced by the same guy. Anyway, I stopped watching honest movie trailers a long time ago because I didn't think they were funny, and they actually like annoyed me on a few occasions. So I was like, I don't need to watch this anymore. But I was still kind of watching the honest game trailers. And my general complaint about honest game trailers is that they're always just kind of restating whatever like the general consensus or hot take is in the audience. So, if it's a game that's supposed to be really hard, they make a bunch of jokes about how it's really hard. If it's a game that's supposed to be really poorly coded and it's glitchy, they make a bunch of jokes about it being glitchy. And I mean, most of these things are observable or whatever. But so I saw the Fire Emblem Engage one, and man, was that weird, because the overall thing for it is like Fire Emblem Engage is too easy. It's like way too easy, and they give you too many things to make it too easy. And I'm like, play at a higher difficulty. Like, there's a difficulty called Maddening, and it's very hard. Like, also, this game is not easy. Like, it's like, and they're like, oh, compared to other Fire Emblem games, like compared to like Three Houses, like Three Houses was not hard. You know, I mean, it was hard enough. Like, you know, compared to like Path of Radiance, like I played that game too, and I enjoyed that game. And honestly, that game had a lot more like early game mobility options. So I don't know. I don't get it. Like it really annoyed me because it really felt like they're like, oh, we need to do one for Engage because it just came out. Who has played this game? And Billy's like, I have. So they're like, okay, Billy, write a thing. And this is like Billy's sole personal opinion. So honest game trailers, damned if they do, damned if they don't, because no matter what, it's like if they do the popular opinion, I'm like, oh boo, they're just doing the popular opinion. And if they don't do the popular opinion, then I'm like, oh well, you know, I don't agree with this unpopular opinion. Sorry, my captions are having problems. Check captions. Okay. So anyway, that was my random rant about honest game trailers. I was just annoyed by this like very weird opinion that I think is like completely wrong. Like this game, like you can play it, like I'm literally playing it at the easiest difficulty here. And you can do that. I'm doing that because I just want to play around with it, right? I don't want to like spend like hours and hours like retrying a whole map, which a lot of people find fun. I find it less fun, and I definitely don't want to do that on stream. But yeah, just play it at a higher difficulty, bro. There's like three different difficulty sliders. You can make it so that permadeath is on or not on. So turn it on. You can play it at a higher difficulty, and there's like 3 difficulties with maddening being the highest one. And then also there's a setting for whether your characters level up, if they like basically level up more consistently, or if it has like a random thing. So just turn it to random and have, you know, more crappy levels for your characters. Like I do not understand why they thought this game was easy. Anyway, that was my rant. Malone says, it almost reminds me of manga in a sense that it's supposed to move forward fast and introduce cool characters first. Think of the rest of the plot later. Yeah, there's a little bit of that. Oh yeah, it's also kind of tiring how often with these things snarky is considered the same as intelligent. Yeah, CinemaSin syndrome. Yeah, totally. They make the game to be accessible for folks who are there for the story and not there for the stress. But here's the difficulty if you want stress. Absolutely. It's like some people are not stressed by it. Some people like get off a day of work and they sit down to play Fire Emblem at maddening difficulty because that's what they like. So good for them. But if you want to just play through and read the story or watch the story, then yeah, of course that's available too. And Fire Emblem is a game that has had a difficulty setting for a long time, you know? I don't know. I don't get it. My friend uses this as a shipping simulator. Well, I mean, you can ship anything, but I feel like Three Houses did have better social stuff, and it had probably all around better social, better like support conversations, but the ones in this are pretty cute too.
Try it. Strike with your sword. After their stance is broken, they'll be open to further attack.
Weapon triangles back. What? This is what set me off, because they were like, one of the things they said about the game being easier was like, oh, the weapon triangle, so you could just break opponents, and I'm like, this is the best implementation of the weapon triangle ever, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I haven't played every Fire Emblem game, but this is the smartest way to make the weapon triangle relevant, as opposed to just, like, adding a little bit of damage. Like, this is smart. Get on board. Okay. First, Vander is going to give this guy the choppy chop.
will defend, always.
Good job, Vander.
I'll do my best.
Now I'm gonna run over here and do a much worse job of this.
Well done. You see, swords are strong against axes. Enemies can't counterattack while recovering their stance. A good time to finish them off.
Do I have anyone in range to finish him off? Yes.
Hey, Divine One. I don't know if you knew this or not, but I can use magic. I'm good from near or far, even against well-protected enemies.
Mystical units ignore terrain bonuses, attacks from a distance. But we're gonna get right up in his face and attack him. Burn, twig monster!
Phew.
Skip says, I think they got this from a mobile game. So she has a ghost friend, Emblem. Yeah. Yeah, they both... Yeah, she has a ghost. She has a little ghost that hangs out with her. That's how I just...
The Divine One looked right at me.
Oh my god, Flam. Keep it together. I explained how Fire Emblem Engage worked to Matthew and Steven by telling them that they basically, you get to hang out, like, each character can hang out with a different Force Ghost. And they were like, okay, yeah, I understand that. And I'm like, okay, cool.
You know, I can do some mean healing with my staff. Not only that, I can take incoming hits from nearby allies. But it smarts when I do. Anyway, if you don't want to get hurt, or you need some patching up, just lean on me.
Here's how clerics work. Alright, can I get to her this turn? No.
Me, right? Queen Lumera, I don't want to attack you. Oh, I feel dizzy.
Sharpen your focus, Clan, lest you miss.
Come on, Flam. There you go.
You called?
Yeah, Vander, you come back here. For the pincer attack.
Queen Lumera, please forgive me for standing against you.
Vander, you are my child's knight. You must fill that role as best you can. Attack me.
So, Vander, as you can say here, it says that all the way at the bottom left here, it says that he's level 1. So you might be wondering, why does Vander hit so much harder than everyone else? And the reason is because his stats are good, but also because he's level 1 of an advanced class. So he actually, you start the game with one character in an advanced class, which is something. Hup, 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 up, too far away.
Your steward's ready.
There is no need to hold back, my child.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
Why does she sound like that? This is just a skirmish. Oh no, did we really kill her? Level up!
Fantastic work.
Oh, good.
We
Okay.
fought together splendidly.
Let's see. The weapon wheel was from the mobile game, was my understanding. No. The weapon triangle has been around forever in Fire Emblem. It's been around since the very first game. It just wasn't present in 3 houses. Saint JW says, so are there different story choices or playstyles to make a second play viable? Not really. Not like... There aren't different story choices. This story is completely linear. You go chapter by chapter going through this story. However, the reason why I'm excited to play this game again is because there are different mechanical choices that you can make. There are units that I didn't use at all, right? Fire Emblem rewards you for finding a group of units that you want to use and just sticking with them. And those guys will level up and become very powerful and leave all your other units in the dust. So I'm interested in using some of the units I didn't use on my first playthrough, but no, the story is going to be exactly the same. I also, here's the thing, part of the reason why I wanted to do this like no royalty run is because the only characters with speaking lines and like the big important cutscenes are the royals. So I thought it was going to be hilarious to hear the royals like talking about like, oh, we must retake this castle. The only way through is to do it. And then they don't show up to the battlefield. They just send their people to do it. You know, which is not what the game intends. But I thought it would be funny for it to play that way. And it would be a commentary on royalty and monarchy. Let's see. Hellbinder says, the only Fire Emblems I played is the mobile version from a few years ago. Combat looks very much the same. Yeah, Fire Emblem combat doesn't change too much. Well, then you increase the difficulty and turn on character deaths. Then second playthrough is to see if you can keep certain characters alive longer than your first playthrough. Yeah, totally. I was about to say that Daddy Horseman looks strong for a starting character. Yeah, he is. Kill mom in practice. That would be awkward, yes. This game would take a turn. Yeah, the only difference between FEH and most other games are the big games have permadeath options. Oh, between Fire Emblem Heroes, yeah. Okay, so just the color coding of the wheel, that's from Fire Emblem Heroes. Gotcha. Okay. I'm willing to say that. I'm not sure what the wheel coloring was before. He's like real life. You're talking about how axes and spears work. I mean, there's an idea there, right? It's like spear beats sword because you have distance. Sword beats axe because you have speed, and axe beats spear because you can chop it, right? You can like chop the pole. So it's based on something real, but you know. Horse of Mine says, so like Pokemon, same story but different party. Yeah, exactly. That's like what I did with Pokemon. I don't know if this is actually going to become a thing that I come back to on my streams a lot, but I thought it would be fun for today. The royalty staying home is like real life. Yeah, totally. And also, even if you appreciate royalty, you wouldn't want them fighting. If they're like the person that's supposed to succeed the kingdom and they are too young to have any heirs, like... Yeah, you don't want them off, even if you like royalty, you don't want them off fighting.
All right. If everyone is in position, we'll begin. This time, I will be more hands-on. I intend to fight as if in an actual battle.
Like, just immediately turns into a dragon and incinerates everyone.
Furthermore, I'll be using this.
Is that the Ring of the Holy Knight?
Indeed it is. I'm inviting an old friend to join us.
I am Sigurd. If you require strength and swiftness, I am all too happy to oblige.
This guy was not in Smash.
Emblem Sigurd. He looks like a strong opponent.
Each emblem has their own abilities. When allied with them, you can call upon their unique powers and skills.
Whatever Sigurd's power is, it won't be the same as Marth's. We better keep our eyes open.
My rapier is effective against cavalry, like those enemies over there. Once we engage, you can use my weapon. Try it against that foe.
A little emblem bubbles. Alright, yeah, that's fun. You can, like, select an enemy and see the radius in which they can attack, and then you can just keep it on. So if you want to, like, say, if you wanted to move a unit and you didn't want it to get into archer range, then you could just keep this on, and you can see where the archer's range is. But it doesn't matter. For this fight, it doesn't matter. But I've used that to I would say great effect in other fights. It's a really good option to have. Oof. Okay, well.
For the Divine Dragon.
Oh no, spear's bad. Vander, I will defeat this helpless archer. You take care of the scary spearman.
Thank you.
Malone says it was usually the second and third sons who might show up for obvious reasons. Yeah, it's like you keep your crown prince, and then you send the second son to, like, to become a general, or to become, like, second and third sons also became clergy a lot of the time, just to get some of that clout back. Whoosh.
Oh, thank goodness.
You have caught the death, and its name is Mom.
Your teamwork is inspiring. Now it's time for us to make our move. Come, Sigurd.
Squeak beepy doop, beep beepy doop. Oh, snap. That is a long range of motion. Oh, that's a lot of damage for Mom to do.
That was incredible.
Lord Sigurd is remarkably swift. Perhaps we should be grateful this is a mock battle.
Okay. Let me see if I can just... Oh, my engage meter's not full. This is gonna be so much harder. Let me see how much damage we can do to her from here. No, this is doable. Nope. Oh, that's not great.
This is certainly more of a challenge.
Your enemies will not hold back, and neither will I. That is why you must defeat me. What a delight it is to see you in battle after all these years.
It's a ferocious family. Skippy says, yeah, Fire Emblem Heroes color-coded just about everything on top of the sword, spear, axe wheel. Red does more damage to green, green to blue, etc. That's how they got the gacha demons rooting around in player pockets. I need a blue shuriken so bad. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. Do they still have the very extra acrobatic on crits? Oh yeah. The animation on crits is ludicrous.
I still stand.
Alright.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the smart thing would have been to hit her with the break and then come in with the sword.
You've won. I'm proud to see you working together so well.
Good job, clan. Oh, I actually said his name right.
Well fought, everyone. You bested Sigurd and me. That's quite the feat. There is much to improve upon, but this is a wonderful start. Great work.
Thank you.
Pilar!
I can't believe we had to fight against Queen Lumera.
Yeah, well, I can't believe we won.
Though you have only just awoken, your power seems to be growing already, Divine One.
I'd like for you to have this.
Pilar!
This is the sword you were using, isn't it?
Yes. An ancient blade that can be wielded only by divine dragons.
That's a good sword. There's basically no reason to use any other swords for this character until you get to like the mid game, and then you start getting other options. But
It served me well
it's
for
still a
many
really good
years,
sword.
But
Oops, sorry.
Thank you. Someday I'll prove that I'm worthy of this sword.
I have no doubt. Please, take this as well.
Is this another emblem ring?
How do you wear that?
It is purely ornamental. You see, before your slumber, I made you a promise.
What was it?
I said I'd give you a birthday present that suited you perfectly. I was working on it in private, but I was unable to finish it in time. That birthday has long since passed, but I would quite like to give you this gift now.
I'm sorry. I can't accept.
Why not?
That ring fulfills a promise you made me, right? It'd feel wrong accepting it. Like I was taking a present meant for someone else. Please offer me this gift again once I've remembered everything.
Everything, you say? Did facing me in battle stir any recollections?
Pilar!
It didn't. I'm sorry.
You need not apologize. It doesn't matter what you can remember right now. I only hope that one day you will think of me as your mother. As you did 1,000 years ago. Forgive me. I was so thrilled to spend time with you again. I suppose I got a little carried away, didn't I?
No, it's all right.
I don't mean to put you on the spot. Perhaps we should call it a day, hmm? But let's agree to chat again in the morning. What do you say? Pinky promise?
All right.
Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, I love a good amnesia story, especially the ones where people really shouldn't have gone back to remember they were a scumbag before the reset. Yeah. Let's take a quick break. But I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Alright. Sorry about that. Let's go over here. Make sure my captions are up. Okay. So this is something that you end up doing a lot, is after a fight, you get to run around in the battlefield, which is nice because it turns battlefields into real places and like it feels real. Also, you can adopt animals that you find in the battlefield, but that functionality isn't open for a bit. And then sometimes your friends give you stuff.
Spectacular as ever.
Please rest easy for today.
Okay. We'll save. You can have pets in this game, yeah.
How wonderful to see my child awake at last. Now we'll never have to be apart.
Yep, never have to be apart.
There's so much to catch up on, so much to see and do together. We can chat for hours, take long walks, share meals, and then, if my child's memories are truly lost, I wonder. Emblem Sigurd.
Zoip.
I am here.
There's something I'd like to discuss with you.
Today certainly was eventful.
They gave this game everything. Mom sounds codependent. Yep, she's a little... She's very enthused by having her daughter back.
Queen Lumera seems so kind and caring. I'm sure she was a wonderful mother. If only I could remember those days. I must have felt so lucky to be her child.
Uh-oh. Chapter 3 is called Hostilities.
Why are you here alone?
What was that? Was that me?
Are you all right? It looked as though you were having a bad dream.
Marth, are you always looking at me when I'm sleeping?
I was. But yes, I'm all right. Were you here this whole time?
You were wearing my ring when you went to bed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to take it off.
I'm sorry, Marth, that I was wearing your ring and you had to watch me while I was sleeping.
That's all right. Keep it on. Then if something happens, I will be able to help. Besides, after a millennium together, I would feel uncomfortable if we were separated now.
More codependency.
Marth, what was I like? You knew me back then. You must be able to tell me something.
Well,
He's about to lie.
you were kind, as you are now. There's no need to remember everything at once.
You don't need to worry about that. Marth, have you been gawking at me for 1,000 years? He's there in spirit, at least. Yep, that's true. Skippy says, "I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. You sucked." I think he's trying not to say that.
Take your time. Ease back into your memories. Lumera advised that too, didn't she?
Yes, she did. Sorry. I don't mean to be impatient.
It's all right.
What was that?
I'm not sure. An enemy raid? We had best take a look. I'm worried about Lumera and the others.
Agreed. Vander, Clan, Fram!
Oh, Divine One. Thank goodness you're safe.
What's happening? Tell me.
Some enemies busted right through the castle walls like paper. Suddenly, bam, they're here.
What's worse, they fought their way into the ring vault. If you ask me, they're trying to get their hands on the emblem rings.
Even as we speak, Queen Lumera is defending the vault. Quickly, we must fly to her aid.
Sounds like a plan. Follow me!
Item icons. Enemy. When you kill enemies, they give you items.
I've got this.
I am your weapon.
Chop 'em ups.
I am as strong as ever.
Hoo-ha!
The Divine Dragon looked at me.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was like, oh, I gotta put the controller down and flick my cough switch, and I just didn't make it. So I really apologize for sneezing in your ears, guys. As in case you were starting to fall asleep with this riveting tactical combat. Oh, thank you. Oh man. Yep, sorry about that.
For the Divine Dragon.
Yeah, Fram, hit him with your karate. Flappity flaps.
There are too many of them. We'll never make it to the ring vault.
Through this door, right?
Triple question marks back.
Yes, this is the one.
Then let's go.
I hear voices. Someone's coming.
Made it. And not a moment too soon. The Crown Prince Alfred of Firenze is here to help. Let me at him.
Prince Alfred of Firenze, you said?
Could it be? Are you the Divine Dragon?
Pilar!
You finally woke up?
I did, yes.
That's amazing! You know, I've waited ages for this to happen. There's so much to talk about. Later, of course. After we've taken care of these scoundrels. Who are they, anyway?
We're not sure. They attacked so suddenly.
Well, let's do this quickly. Pin down whoever's in charge and get some answers. Oh, these are my retainers, Etier and Boucheron. From now on, consider us at your disposal. Lead the way, Divine One.
Thank you for your help.
Yay. So this is a no Royals run.
I'm happy to help.
So we're gonna park Alfred back here.
It's an honor to meet you, Divine One. I'm Etier.
There are times when the game just gives you control of characters, so in order to maintain that Prince Alfred, we're just gonna stick him in the corner. Since we can't like unsummon him or whatever.
My arrows are perfect for knocking airborne enemies out of the sky. With these muscles, I'll have those flyers dropping like flies. I'll have to up my weights.
Spatang.
Sorry, Divine One. I didn't have a chance to introduce myself. My name's Boucheron.
This guy puts out like, what's his name? Patrick something. The guy who played the Tick. Oops.
If I'm near an enemy you're fighting, I can jump in and land another hit on them. Call on me if you need some extra oomph.
This is fun. Units with the backup tag, they can get in extra attacks. But not today, because I can't reach it.
Did you see that?
Can I kung fu this horse to death? Yes.
It's decided.
Patrick Warburton. Yes, that's the one that I was thinking of. Although Peter Serafinowicz also does a great Tick. I was very happy with his performance of the Tick. Take a hike, Princeling. Leave your pearls with us. Skippy says he looks like a loser. He does kind of look like a dork, definitely. He's probably the dorkiest looking of all of the like royal characters. Like with his little flower crown and his like flat like flowy pants. His flowy pantaloons. Yeah, Peter Serafinowicz is my favorite Shaun of the Dead zombie. Got turned while in the shower. Woof. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, Serafinowicz does a really good job. He's a good actor. Don't worry, Divine One. Hot Grandpa will protect you. Ahoy!
For the Divine Dragon.
Okay, gotta heal. Oh, too far away. Okay.
Here until the end.
I'm gonna take a little break because if we lose the main character, the the game stops. So, although actually, does she have a vulnerary? Never mind. I can't dial back time yet. So this is fine.
Kind of you.
It's an opportunity maybe for the Boucheron show.
What's next?
Ha ha ha! C'est moi, Boucheron. Ah. We're getting too far apart. Lighty-tighty-tie. I'll just wait back here. Yeah. When Vander answers the phone, he goes, "Ahoy hoy." Well, we brought an archer. It would be a shame to not have her kill all the Pegasus Knights.
Need some help?
You see that? See how Boucheron runs in at the beginning of the fight? That's what backup units do.
Here goes.
Maybe I put an axe person on that side. There we go. Make a little front line here.
That's weight off.
Level up. Do-do-do. Oh, look. Look at all this beautiful rubble. Self-improver indeed. That looks really weird.
I'll take this.
I had to stop you.
Pretty weak.
Pretty weak. Oh, I can't chain guard cause she's taking some damage.
Thank you.
Okay, I gotta keep Clan back here because I think he's gonna be dealing the most damage to that unit. Oh, I think I can see my house from here.
am as strong as ever.
Hoo ha ha.
I have my orders. No one reaches the vault.
Okay. Let's see what this does.
Emblem engage.
Okay, this'll do it.
Who are you, and what do you want?
I am here to fight, not exchange words.
Fate has brought us here.
Pokey, pokey, pokey!
You're not just any soldiers, are you?
What gave it away? The fact that she's flying, or the fact that she teleported you to some sort of water realm? Oh, am I supposed to rout all the enemies? Oops.
I've taken some hits. Is it over?
Etier!
Looks like we cleared the way. Let's get to the ring vault.
My hair changes colors. You were hosed the
Whoever it
second
is
you
you
came
are,
here.
The rest of your forces have all been defeated. So surrender now. If you refuse, I will stop you. But how?
Do I detect a hint of fear? Of course I do. Time to die.
Look out!
No, Dragon Mom! How dare you? I just met this lady.
Why don't you hand the rings over to me?
Leave here at once!
Who could have seen this coming? Yeah. Especially if she went on and on and on about how much she loved her and was looking forward to spending time with her.
No! Here, Queen Lumera! I'll fix you up!
What's the matter?
My staff isn't helping her. She's hurt really bad. And it's her divine dragon powers. They're almost totally wiped out. A divine dragon.
Server maintenance, oh no.
It's the same as losing years of their life. The thing is, there's no reason Queen Lumera should be drained like this. It doesn't make any sense.
It's simple, my young one. I gave my power unto you.
But why?
All the years you were sleeping, healing, I was transferring my divine dragon powers to you. I hoped it would be enough to bring you back to me someday. But now, it would seem that I'm completely spent.
Oh no, this is my fault. I did this.
No, my dear. You have to push those thoughts away.
Push him down, all the way
There's
down.
nothing a mother wouldn't do to see life return again to her beloved child.
But
This ring, it belongs to you now. The ring of the Holy Night. I had so hoped to give you the ring I made as well. But that's not possible now. Listen to me, child. Those who invaded here, I sensed the power of the fell dragon within them. You must not allow them to capture any more of the rings. Please, I beg of you, gather together all 12 rings. And when your scattered memories return to you, you must fight on with the utmost divinity. I believe in you, my child.
I understand. I'll collect the rings. I swear to you. And I'll fight. I'll do whatever you want. But please, don't leave me. Mother!
Ah, young one. How I've longed to hear you call me that. All of those years, I held out hope. My heart is fuller than you could ever know.
It can't end like this. You were going to give me that ring once my memories came back. You promised. And there are so many things you haven't told me yet. You said that we would talk.
I did. There's still so much I wanted to say to you. Being your mother, becoming your mother has brought so much happiness into my life.
I know. And I'm happy to be your child. In this moment, here and now, and 1,000 years ago, I am. Don't go. Stay with me until I remember again. Please, Mother, I need more time.
Oh, my sweet one. Now, let's make a promise. Mother and child. We'll make it a pinky promise. I swear to you, I'll be with you always and forever. And the ring, remember. Once you've rested, we will talk. You and I.
Mother.
Yeah.
Please.
You know it's serious when you leave it on a pinky promise.
Queen Lumera.
The Divine Dragon Queen. She has left us.
Mother, please wake up. You promised you'd stay by my side. You have to keep your promise.
Not this woman I, the player, have known for an hour, and the protagonist too, because she doesn't remember her. Shut up, Princeling. Nobody asked you. Time for sleepy time. It's been fun. All right, Saint JW. Thanks for sticking around.
Thank you for helping with my mother's funeral.
It was the final service we could provide Queen Lumera as stewards.
I can't believe she's gone.
Come on, Fram. Think how hard this must be on the Divine Dragon. We gotta hold it together.
I'm trying, but...
Lumera. I never thought our paths would diverge so soon.
Nor I. And to leave a child behind, I did that in death. A bitter memory. I vowed to protect your offspring in your absence, Lumera.
If we could grant our power now...
Marth, you know that's not possible without the other emblems here.
Yes, I know. This is awful. Sorry I couldn't have done...
Sorry, I couldn't have done something. but my valets were too busy fighting those guys.
No, Prince Alfred. Without you, our losses may have been even greater. Though I must ask, why did you come? Was there something you needed?
Our kingdom is in danger. My mother sent me to ask Queen Lumera for help. All over Firene, our people are being attacked by these creatures.
Creatures? What kind of creatures?
These things are like people, but cracked, almost crumbling.
The corrupted.
Oh, so that's what you call them.
Yeah.
Yes. Corpses brought back to life.
No wonder they wouldn't listen to us. They just keep attacking
You
us.
there, corpse? Away with you, please. We're trying to have tea.
We sent our knights out to hold them off, but it's a losing battle. My kingdom is being destroyed. Divine One, will you help us?
Oh, sorry.
Please, come with me to Firene.
Me? What can I do? It was my mother's help you wanted, not mine.
Queen Lumera is gone. You're the last divine dragon. We need the power of the rings to save Firene. And only you can do that. Sorry, I don't mean to press the topic. I'll return to Firene. We'll do what we can.
I'm coming with you.
You will?
I don't want more families to be torn apart. More people to suffer. Even if I'm scared, I have to push through my fear. Now that my mother is gone, it's my duty to step into the role of Divine Dragon. And if each kingdom is protecting rings, I take it Firene has one, correct?
That's right.
Then I need to go there anyway to honor my mother's request. She asked me to gather all of the rings and bring peace back to Elios. As the Divine Dragon, I officially accept the Kingdom of Firene's request for aid.
That's great to hear. Thank you, Divine One.
Happy to help, Prince Alfred.
Just Alfred is fine. I've been visiting you at the Somniel since I was a boy.
Weird.
I think of you as an old friend. A very, very old friend.
I appreciate that. Actually, I can't remember anything from before I fell asleep.
Nothing?
This world is new to me. I appreciate having friends who can teach me about it.
I'll do my best. Can't say I'll know much compared to Queen Lumera, but I'll try.
Thank you, Alfred.
Gain support points and eventually unlock support conversations. Some bond fragments. I don't care what this guy has to say. Gah, so ticked off. Did I already talk to Clan Fram? Where's the other one? Oh, has he always been there?
No.
I'm sorry.
Alright, let's move on. Yeah, Vander's like,
"Ah!" The base of operations before we begin our journey. The Somniel would be uniquely useful.
A little out of the way, isn't it? I can't imagine how we'd get everyone there and back.
As a divine dragon, you can travel there no matter where you are in the world.
I can?
Indeed. Furthermore, one can only enter the Somniel with a divine dragon's power. Without Queen Lumera's blessing, even we stewards couldn't have set foot there. That is what makes it a safe haven.
Oh, it's the base. Skippy says, "Oh, I finally watched Wakanda Forever. It was okay. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Can they all see the ghosts, or are they private friends? No, everybody can see the ghosts."
Well then, yes. Let's use it as our base. But before we depart, can you give me a moment? We'll be gone a while, so I'd like to say goodbye to my mother.
Of course. Take as much time as you need.
Thank you for watching over me all this time. This journey will be a long one, but don't worry. Vander and the others will be right beside me. I will fulfill my duty as the Divine Dragon. I will find all of the rings. And then I'll return to you, Mother. I promise.
Sad times for Pilar the Dragon.
Here we are. Safely returned to the Somniel.
Yeah, so no mom ghost, because the emblems aren't ghosts. The emblems are like I don't know if you're familiar with like the Star Wars expanded universe. Do you know what like those like hollow, was it called holocrons? It's like Marth's like knowledge and power put into a gem. Yeah. So they're not like dead heroes from the past. Actually, so what happened was the world, or they were fighting this dragon, and they called heroes from like other dimensions. And these are all characters from previous Fire Emblem games. And each Fire Emblem game takes place in its own world. I mean, there are some that are sequels to others, but most of them take place in their own world. Like sentient magic contraptions. Yeah, they're like, they're not ghosts. These characters didn't die. They came, fought the dragon, and then like infused these emblems with their knowledge and their power, and then went back home. So yeah, they try to make a point to be like, yeah, Emblem Marth is not Marth, right? This isn't a continuation of Marth's adventures. The real Marth is out there somewhere having other adventures, but this emblem is like a copy of Marth. Also, you know, just for the sake of the argument, the emblems seem fully aware that they're copies, and they don't need to eat or sleep, and they're like totally fine with it, right? It's like you don't meet any of the emblems who are like, I've been in this ring for 10,000. Like, yeah, nobody cares. They're just like cool guys that are ready to help. It's like only the parts of their minds that were relevant to being a kick-ass fighter that fights monsters were put into the rings, as well as some of like their wisdom and stuff like that, because characters do talk to them and ask for advice and stuff. Quick, get me a geode. My mom is at a save point. Yeah. Wait, this is just Fate Grand Order. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched Fate Grand Order, but yes, there like a lot of the ideas here they're not new, right? Again, people make the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure comparison because yeah, it's like the emblem rings are like stands. They literally do the stand thing where they just kind of like float like behind you and a little to the right. They're kind of like Final Fantasy Guardian Forces. They're kind of like Force Ghosts in that they are blue and translucent and they give you information. But, you know, when you remix this all together, it makes for a very Fire Emblem thing. The weird thing is, if you're not familiar with previous Fire Emblem games, you might be like, you know, it's like, why would they design so many of these guys to be like blue hair, like dudes with like swords, right? Like, it's like they're all very similar looking in a lot of ways, but you know, that's what Fire Emblem protagonists look like. Hellbinder says they are AI, sort of. They're Yeah, they're like AI that has like a print of somebody's brain, right? So they're able to consult it. They're like holograms from Star Trek, right? In like Star Trek Next Generation and whatever. Um, you go into the holodeck and you can be like, I would like to talk to Albert Einstein. And they have a psychological profile of Albert Einstein with all of his knowledge. So Albert Einstein appears, and you can have a conversation with Albert Einstein, and the computer just knows or is running a program that allows it to react like Einstein would. Except, again, they remove all the parts where they would be like, what am I doing? This is a spaceship. Oh my god, it's the future. Blah, blah, I don't know what's happening, right? All that stuff gets taken out. Only the relevant stuff for what's happening gets left in. So yeah, did you guys like my freaking out Einstein impression? I think that was a pretty good one. Like an alien. Yeah, that's how Einstein would have reacted, exactly with that accent.
I didn't realize how spacious this place was.
Yeah, so I mentioned it earlier. I'm sad that there's no like visual effect for going back to the Somnial, because eventually, you're walking around with like 12 troops, right? Like 12, like the Divine Dragon and 11 other people for the majority of the game are kicking around doing that, and she keeps teleporting them back and forth off of this thing, and I'm like, I wish we could visually see what that looks like, but we don't, because they probably didn't think of it ahead of time, and then there probably wasn't a budget for it. Top quality, thank you. Pretty spot on impression. Could have used more German accent. No, when when Einstein freaks out, he sounds like a guy that lived in Ohio for a long time. Melissa says that was pretty much spot on, Einstein. Thank you. Okay, code successfully added. Did you guys like my freaking out Einstein impression? There you go.
It is rather quiet, I know, but it will liven up as we gain allies. We may need someone to supply us with equipment as well. Something to consider.
Right.
Oh, by the way, Divine One, might this be yours?
A piece of jewelry. I don't recognize it. The crystal looks unusual. Where did you get this?
On the ground in the ring vault after the siege.
On the ground in the ring vault after the siege. Good use of prepositions there, Vander.
I thought it might be yours, but apparently I was mistaken. No one has come forward, so it must have belonged to an enemy soldier. I'll dispose of it.
Wait. It's familiar somehow, even though I've never seen it.
Then please, do take it. Perhaps it will help jog your memory.
Thank you, Vander. Once we've rested for a bit, let's set out for Firene.
It is cute. As your party builds, you see like more characters running along the bottom. It's cute. I like it. Blah blah blah. The Somniel. Make sure you pick some apples and that you recruit some pets, and be sure to talk to that little monster that lives in the center of it. Okay. How's about we call it here? I don't know. Did you guys like that? I thought it was a good idea. Like, here's the thing. Previously, I did something like this, right? If you're new here, you might not know that I replayed through the entirety of Pokemon Shield, and we were sort of like doing a character and like talking about it and joking about it and stuff. That stuff doesn't get great views. Neither in on Twitch or YouTube. Like, people are just probably people weren't like curious to check out a stream about an old Pokemon game, especially as the new one was about to come out. And probably kind of the same thing on YouTube. Like YouTube just doesn't recommend it to people. But I enjoyed it, so I think maybe this could be something like that. You know, we started the game over. Maybe we can follow the story a little bit. If you're watching this later on YouTube and you frequent the YouTube channel, just know that at the end of the Poison Run, I was really making a lot of videos where I was just kind of like following that story, and that story was kind of boring. So there's a bunch of like just videos of me like reading through the story, which isn't like super entertaining. So I'm not going to, if I'm making videos of this, I'm not going to follow the story super tightly on the clip videos, right? If you want to watch the whole thing, you got to come to the streams and watch it, I guess. So this might be a thing that we start. I'm not sure. We'll see how we do next week, and we'll go from there. Let's see. Skippy says, game seems cool. I love not playing JRPGs myself. Sure. I'm really not familiar with the game, so I wouldn't really know the difference between this and a normal run. Probably a good in-between streams game. So the difference between this and a normal run is negligible, right? Don't worry about it. Like, the difference is that I'm basically, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's like 8 characters, like Alfred. Alfred's one of them, that are very strong, and they get to be very strong because they're royalty, right? This is how this game thinks, is like, oh, royal units are like more powerful. So I'm basically saying I'm not going to run those more powerful units, and I'm going to run these other ones, all of which are powerful in their own way, just not as overpowered as the other ones. So it's making things slightly harder for myself. But a lot of my other run, I actually used very few royals, which is what gave me the idea. I'm like, you actually don't need any of these big characters. But then it's funny because the cutscenes are all about those characters. So you'll see. As we do this, you'll see the thing. Royalty means more food, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, so yes, let's wrap it up here. Thank you guys for hanging out, for playing with me, for skipping the direct. Now you can go catch the end of it, or watch the replay, or whatever you want to do. I will hopefully see you guys next week, and remember to go to Lopez Family Variety channel on YouTube to check out the recordings of the streams, because Twitch eventually dumps them. And also to see clips. So, yep, we will catch you guys later.